everyone, welcome to the Pavana Muktasana wind relieving pose, little boat pose modification series. And there's a few things you'll need for part one of the series, and that'll be a strap. So if you have a yoga strap, fantastical. Go ahead and grab it. If not, don't go spend lots of money. I mean, you can buy them for cheap on Amazon, or you can use anything in your house that resembles a strap, like a belt. Okay? Great. It's awesome. So we have that. The other item you'll use, or that we will use for the modification, is a bolster. I personally don't use a bolster, but if you have one, fantastic, yet again. If not, how about them couch pillows? They work fantastically for this modification. We'll figure out how many pillows you need as we go. Again, that's personal to you. Okay, so grab the pillows, grab the straps, and we will get started. Let's start on our backs. Get nice and cozy with the ground, and we're gonna place the bolster or the pillows underneath the pelvis, okay? So finding that money spot is key. So you want to avoid taking the support too high up, so under the lower back, or too far down. Okay, you want to place the pillow right underneath the pelvis and the base of the spine so that your lower spine is curved a little bit. So it's falling towards the ground ever so slightly. Good. And then as we go, you'll see whether you want to add more cushion, pillows, or take them away, okay? So we'll start by drawing the legs into the abdomen, and this will do a little test. How does it feel, okay? So the idea of having the bolster is to elevate the pelvis, so it's almost like you're elevating the ground, so that the legs, if you have tight hips or lower back, the weight of the legs, or gravity is acting on the weight of the legs to fall towards you a little easier, so that you don't have to fight to bring them towards you. And it allows the upper body to let go and relax into the ground a little more. All right. And then the other point to this is the more the legs become heavy and fall towards the abdomen or the torso, the more I'm starting to lengthen out the lower spine, the lumbar spine. Okay, so again, you decide how many bolsters or pillows, you want to add. If your legs are still hanging out here and you feel that the hips are engaging and it's really, really tight and you can't relax, and the lower back is starting to arch away from the ground, keep adding those pillows so that eventually you want to aim for, if the legs aren't falling completely towards you, you want to aim for that 90-degree angle of the thigh bone, also known as the femur bone, the longest bone in the body, is at a 90-degree angle in relation to your pelvis, okay? So that's where the hip joint and the hip flexors can relax. That is the angle. So if they're too far away from us, again, tension, engagement, tightness. 90-degree angle, I can start to relax and soften the hip flexors. And then the more they soften, the more the legs fall towards me, the more my lower back starts to release and lengthen out. Okay, so take a few moments just to find that comfort and ease. And the other thing you can do, this is where the strap can come in handy, and you can use the strap throughout this modification practice or not, but you can also place the strap behind the legs if they're still falling too far away from you, yeah? And what you want to do with the strap is just wrap it around the hands a few times. Let the legs be heavy, let them dangle. And just breathe, exhale, drop that pelvis into your support. Drop the legs into the strap. And so from here we can begin as we did in the first video, the very, very first video of Little Boat from the ground up, is inhaling into the belly. And as you exhale, drop the pelvis and draw the legs towards you. Inhale away. Exhale towards. And even if the movement is so subtle, so even if you breathe here, exhale, and they fall just a micromillimeter. I don't know if that makes any sense, but just a tiny bit, that's okay. Bringing any kind of movement into play here with the breath is a good start into relieving some tension so that we can gain more mobility. Good. Excellent. And then the other option could be working with those variations. A ton of things you can do. Again, you can choose to keep the strap as part of the practice or not, but you're going to keep the left leg drawn in, and the right leg is either going to be on the ground, the sole of the foot on the ground, or if you want to extend that leg, so you're creating a more of a stretch, stronger sensation in the front of the hip of the right leg and the thigh, potentially. So if you're really tight, you will feel it. So the idea here is to stay relaxed, grounded, and connecting the breath. Yeah, so again, from here, I can inhale that left leg away. Exhale, drop the pelvis, draw the leg in. Good. Keep dropping that pelvis, dropping the skull, dropping the upper body. Nice and relaxed. And then the circles can start to happen eventually. Again, that right leg can be bent. So it all depends on the comfort in your lower back and your hips. Good. So if you circle one way, make sure you circle the other way. And then there was the variation where one leg was up towards the ceiling. Inhale away. Exhale towards. So you'll make sure you watch the other videos just to gain a sense of the language and what's going on here. Good. And then you can circle the leg that's elevated. Tiny circles one way. The fishies are playing a lot today. It's a little splashing you hear. Plunk. Fishies at play. Good. And then you can choose to bring that leg back to the center, soft knee. Exhale, lower that leg. Be mindful of the lower back because it will start to arch away slightly with the bolster under the pelvis. So just be mindful. Does it still feel nice and soft and comfortable? Good. Draw that right leg in. I'm going to remove the strap and let go of the strap for a bit. Keep that right leg drawn in, left leg either with the foot on the ground or extended. Again, I can inhale away, exhale towards. Good. Your low back and hips are going to start to feel so delicious after this. And circle once you're ready on your own time. And keep that upper body relaxed. And then drawing that left leg up towards the ceiling. You can just hang out here and enjoy the weight of the legs falling and pouring into that upper body, helping the upper body ground and let go. Heavy jaw, relaxed jaw. Or you can incorporate the movement. Inhale away, exhale towards. Good. Or circling. Good. And then instead of lengthening that leg down, you're going to actually take both legs up to the ceiling. Give them a good shake. Yeah, rotate them. And then lower the legs back towards you, towards the ground. And then I'm going to extend my legs over the bolster. Again, be mindful of the lower back. If there's any pinching or discomfort, keep the knees bent. Okay, so we don't want any discomfort in that low back area. If this feels good and you can focus on that pelvis dropping, the weight of the legs falling, the whole body just surrendering over to the ground. Big breath in, big breath out, let go. Great. And then the other few variations you can work with. So drawing the legs back in. Our keyhole and cow's head. So the keyhole was the version like so, and then you can thread the arms through. Okay. So just make sure that you really start with that process of drawing the left leg in, rotating from the hip, let the outer part of the foot, ankle or shin rest on that right thigh. Draw the legs towards you. So this is actually using the bolster in keyhole is my favorite thing in the world. For me, because I have the mobility and flexibility, it actually allows me to fold a little more in keyhole, and also I get a little bit of a stronger sensation in the outer leg and outer hip, and my low back gets the beautiful, beautiful lengthening and release. So that's the idea again with the bolster under the pelvis. If you don't have that flexibility, you can do the version where you feed that left arm through the hole between the legs, the right arm outside the right leg, interlace the fingers behind the right leg, exhale, draw those legs towards you, inhale away, exhale towards. And then the variation where I draw that right or slide that left leg, over the right, grabbing a hold of the feet. Soak it all in. Good. Take the legs up to the ceiling, give them a good shake. Repeat the other side. So I'm going to draw that right leg in, rotate from that hip joint. So I go more in detail in the I think it's part 3 of variations. So drawing those legs in, again, you can feed through the space between the legs. And at any point you may have noticed I just kind of wiggled the back of my skull, or slid the back of my skull away or upwards. That's an indication that I'm starting to create space in my spine, and I'm just adjusting to the space. So those little adjustments are great. Don't let anyone tell you they're not. They're good, good, good. Very positive reactions to releasing tension. Good. And then sliding the right leg over the left. And on your own time, taking the legs back up to the ceiling. Again, a lovely little shake. We'll finish off with the happy baby version. So I can bend the knees and take the legs just outside either side of the torso. Arms on the outer part of the legs. Place the hands on the outer part of the foot. And as I exhale, gently drawing the knees towards the ground. I can take a gentle rocking. And or I can take the arms on the inside of the legs and then wrap them around to the outer part of the ankles and the foot or the feet. So you decide which hold or wrap is most suited for you in this moment. It may change daily. And then also bringing the soles of the feet together. Excellent. And the counter pose to all this is, again, extending those legs. If you want to circle the ankles and feet, give them a good little shake. And then extending the legs over the bolster. If you find you're sliding off the bolster, then of course adjust. Or the pillows. Yeah, let those feet, legs hang over. Exhale, drop the pelvis. And as a self-assist here, you can just brush the hands along the front of the hips and the thighs to help lengthen them, open up the hip joints. And there you have it. There is part 1 of the Little Boat Modification series. So basically, you can follow along with this video or the variations video and add the props in, or just do them on your own whenever you feel that you are experiencing any of that tension in the low back or tired low back or hips. So there you have it. And stay tuned. Stay tuned for part 2. I'm so zenned out. So stay tuned of part 2 of the modifications, Little Boat Modification series, where we'll be using the chair, incorporating the chair into the posture. Okay, so be sure to subscribe to the channel, like, share the videos, comments, ask those questions, because again, we will be doing a video on answering any questions you may have on this series or anything. Be sure to share some modifications and variations of your own. And yogis, again, as always, enjoy your practice exploring your body, your breath, your movement. All right, we'll see you on the mat very, very soon. Think love, speak love, be love. Namaste.